question is, when staring at your big goal and it seems like a massive elephant that you can't conquer, what will you do? Well, that's the question, and this podcast, Eat Your Elephant, is here to help you to find the answer that will keep you moving forward and making progress. Because you can eat your elephant one bite at a time. I'm your host, Nick Macy, and let's dive right in. Well, hello there. Welcome to the third episode of Eat Your Elephant. I'm really excited about this podcast, and hopefully you're starting to enjoy it too. If you want to find this podcast to be able to listen to it on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, you can go to nickmazy.com/iTunes. Or if you just want to listen to it on the website, nickmazy.com/podcast. That way you can find it wherever you want to find it, so you can listen to it wherever you want to listen to it. Today, I have a question for you. Do you want progress or perfection? See, now, if you found out a way to have both, please share. That would be great. But as far as I've seen, there's nobody that's perfect. I'm certainly not perfect. I think about there's people in 12-step groups that have a saying, we claim progress and not perfection. So I think there's a lot of value in just making progress and not trying to have every exact thing perfect, not trying to be perfect ourselves. See, I say give up on perfection. I'm not saying to give up on excellence or doing the best that you can. That's something completely different. That's all well and good. Do excellent work and strive to be your best. But here I'm talking about perfection. See, I don't think you need perfection in order to achieve your goals. All you need to do is keep making progress, is to keep going forward. See, progress works. The focus on trying to be perfect can end up ruining your chances at hitting your goals. Especially when you have those big goals that you want to achieve, that massive elephant that you got to conquer. When you require yourself to be perfect, it ends up stopping all progress. You won't make it to the next step because you'll be so worried about getting this one thing just absolutely 100% just right before you move on. And that's a great way to kill progress. With the focus on progress, when you keep moving forward and you keep getting closer and closer to your goal, it'll help you to keep moving forward because you'll have that momentum. You'll develop that mindset that you're just going to keep on pushing. And so you can make progress when you take steps. If they're big or small, whatever, it doesn't matter. Take steps going forward. Because the action is required. Whatever your goal is, you're going to have to do something in order to achieve it. When you take steps going forward, you get closer to your goal, and then you make progress. Also, make sure that you're moving forward. That might be assumed a lot of the times. If we're taking steps, then clearly we're moving forward. Well, if you're taking steps, then you're going in a direction, and so you are moving. But make sure you're going in the right way. Make sure you actually are getting closer to your goal and that you're not just staying busy. Because being busy is a huge symptom of this society we have these days. There's almost like a value that people put on being busy, because we're doing stuff. But it doesn't mean that those steps that we're taking are always going in the right direction. I might do a lot of things, but if they're not getting me closer to my goal, then I'm not really making progress. So when you are taking these steps, make sure you're going in the direction that you want to go. Also, how you can keep making progress is to adjust when you need to. Even if you're taking steps and they're going in the right direction, if you don't check in with yourself and make sure that you're still on track, then you may have needed to make a shift along the way and you may have missed it. And that's okay. Just check in every now and then. Make sure you are still going in the right direction. Make sure that you don't need to make an adjustment. And if you do, just make that adjustment. Make that small shift or iteration, and that way you can stay on track. Because progress tends to require some change. I love the analogy of an airplane. An airplane, when it takes off, it's probably not pointing in the direction of the final destination. It might have to make some adjustments along the way. They tend to go from radio tower to radio tower, adjust the heading to the next spot, and then keep moving forward. Well, you can do the same thing for your goals. You take those steps forward, take those steps, make sure they're going forward, adjust each step so that it can get you to the next step. And lastly, to keep making progress, make sure that you're improving. You're going to make adjustments along the way on exactly what you're doing, but make sure that you yourself are getting better. Evaluate yourself. Find the ways that you can improve. You don't want to stay stagnant. You have these goals that you want to achieve. Make sure that you yourself are improving along the way, and you'll be able to enjoy the journey and achieving your goal even more because you yourself will have improved along the way. So strive for progress and not perfection. Make sure that you keep taking steps and they're going forward. Adjust when it's needed, and make sure that you're trying to improve. Be the best that you can be. That way, you can eat your elephant one bite at a time. Well, thanks for listening to Eat Your Elephant. My name's Nick Mazey. If you like this podcast, do me a huge favor. Go to nickmazey.com/iTunes. That'll take you to iTunes and leave a review. It'll help other people to find it too. Well, thanks for listening. Take care, and I'll talk to you again soon.